Hello, everyone. Uh, Welcome back to Bucks County Beer Reviews. I decided to do something a little bit different this week, other than just sitting here drinking beer and looking at beer cans. I do have three beers here. The first one I have is Sam Adams Oktoberfest. This one is a 5.3% alcohol, 16 IBUs, says it right on the bottle. Let's see here. Malt brings so much to a great beer. That's why we developed a unique malt blend to provide a robust color and smooth, rich flavor. Like you, we look forward to this tradition every year. Most certainly do. I never used to until I got into this beer thing, beer reviewing either on alcohol legs or doing reviews. Then I started trying Oktoberfest beers and a bunch of other styles. Found out there's a lot of good stuff out there. The other thing I want to do is just I wrote down a whole bunch of trivia questions and fun facts, just something to talk about and see how that goes. And I also have a box of Trivial Pursuit cards. I could read off some of those. I have a baseball encyclopedia that goes up to 1989. Big fat book. I've had that for many years. But let's get the beer open first. I got my old opener here, not in very good shape. It's been around this house probably longer than I've been alive. Sam Adams. Here we go. I did one review earlier in the day outside. It was a pineapple upside down cake beer that I got from TK. I'm using a plastic cup tonight. When I'm not doing reviews, I often use these plastic cups. I think that I have a theory that the thin plastic doesn't absorb the coldness away from the beer the way a heavy glass will. The beer tends to stay colder in these. Like these are the kinds you use when you're going, if you go to a kegger outside picnic. Look at the color of that. Nice. Not much head. A little bit of malty aroma, but there's not a lot of aroma there. Let's dive in. Cheers. Very nice. It is indeed very malty. A little bit of breadiness there. Not much bitterness. If anybody wants to join, I put the link there. You're all welcome to come in and do whatever. Show me what beer you're drinking. Bring some trivia questions of your own. Here's the first question I wrote down. These are just whatever popped into my head. I would look up the answers to most of them. A few of them I knew. And I wrote down like 6 pages of stuff here. I don't have to go through all of it. The first question that came to my head was about hurricanes, because they recently had a hurricane down there in Louisiana. In the old days, they named the hurricanes after women, and then they started naming them after men. So in what year were hurricanes first given male names? Does anybody know? And I'm going to leave little pauses, little breaks in between where I read the question and give the answer. That way, if anybody watches this in the future or whatever, if you want to pause it, think about it. The 4 answers are either 1929, 1948, 1979, or 1992. What year were hurricanes first given male names? I like the Sam Adams Oktoberfest, but it's not the best one, that's for sure. I also have in my cooler, I have, and don't look up the answers. If you don't know what they are, I'm going to give the answer. I have another Yingling, which I did last week, Yingling Oktoberfest. And I have Trogs Oktoberfest. So I don't know if I guess I'll drink all three, but I'm not going to overdo it like I did last week. I left my ice bottle sitting here like a dope. Got to keep that beer cold. The answer for hurricanes is 1979. They started giving hurricanes male names. And what was the first hurricane given a male name in 1979? Was it Andrew, Bob, Doug, or Frank? It was Bob, Hurricane Bob. Now, what year did the United States first give hurricanes female names? Was it 1933, 1947, 1953, or 1967? I would give this Samuel Adams just basically a good score. Nothing super fantastic. The German one I had, the Hofbrau, was definitely better than this. When I have the other two, I'll let you know if I think they're better than this. The first year that the United States gave hurricanes a female name was 1953. Okay. This one I wrote it down as a question, but it's really I'm just going to use it as a fun fact. In 1912, the Boston Red Sox had a pitcher named Joe Wood. His nickname is Smokey Joe Wood. In that year, he pitched 344 innings. His record was 38-5, and he had 258 strikeouts and ERA 1.91. Doesn't get much better than that. If I had to score that Sam Adams Oktoberfest, I would say it's about a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5. The first Super Bowl was between the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. What was the final score? Does anybody know? The final score was 35-10. Green Bay dominated Kansas City. Excuse me. Okay. Who played in Super Bowl II? Was it the Green Bay Packers and the Oakland Raiders? Was it the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys? Was it the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants? Or was it the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Colts? The correct answer is Green Bay Packers and the Oakland Raiders. Green Bay won the game 33-14. And some fun facts about Super Bowl II and I was that at the time they were played, they were not called the Super Bowl. They were called the AFL-NFL World Championship Game. And Super Bowl I and II were the only two Super Bowls played in the same stadium in consecutive years. And that was the LA Memorial Coliseum. One page done. All right. Somebody's watching. Who's watching? Put your name up. Let me know. Let's pull a Trivial Pursuit card. I looked at that one earlier. I'll stick that in the back of the pile. I looked at one or two of them. All right. What South American city does an 82-foot statue of Christ overlook? I think the Eagles just played a game there. No, that was not Sao Paulo. That was Rio. It's Rio de Janeiro. What was the name of the U.S. Navy gunboat in the film The Sand Pebbles? Some of these are pretty hard. The ship was the San Pablo. And for anybody that might have just showed up, I'm drinking Sam Adams Oktoberfest. It's good, but not great. I think it was around $10.99 for a 6-pack. How many died at Kent State? Remember the National Guard fired and killed students at Kent State? 4. I think there was a song about that. There was. I think that was that Crosby, Stills, and Nash? All right. Matt Criley, let's go, brother. Enjoy drinking a Sierra Nevada. I can just grab them at Sheets. All right. Way to go. Yes. Rest in peace to the Kent State victims. Who created Lil Abner? Lil Abner. Al Cap. I never heard of that before. I think this is like the Genius Edition for Trivial Pursuit. Oh, here's a question about beer on Trivial Pursuit. What gives beer its distinctive bitter flavor? Hops. Hops. I knew that one. What's the lowest hand that beats a straight in poker? It's a flush. I didn't really know that. I don't play much poker. Let's go back to my sheet. Let me finish this Oktoberfest. Sam Adams done. It's not the best Oktoberfest out there, but it's not the most expensive one either. So we're going to go to Trogs. I know Trogs cost a little bit more for the 6-pack. I think it was like $1 more. Let's see if it's worth $1 more. There we go. Trogs out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. They make a lot of good beers. Here we go. This one is a 6.1% ABV. I got a belch coming. Excuse me. All right, let's pour that. It looks like it's about the same color as the Sam Adams. All right. The aroma's about the same. There's no head really, so we're going to dive in again. Cheers. It's better than Sam Adams, at least a little bit. It's a little smoother. It's a little richer. I definitely like it better. Which NFL team did the Denver Broncos defeat in Super Bowl number 50 on February 7th, 2016? Was it the Seattle Seahawks, the Carolina Panthers, the Green Bay Packers, or the Los Angeles Rams? Does anybody know? Somewhere around here I have I think it's in the other room, a Bud Light can that says Super Bowl 50 on it. The answer is the Carolina Panthers. And the Denver Broncos beat them 24-10. All right, this one goes back to my early days. Which baseball player had the nickname Mr. October? Yes, it is football season. Yay! But it's also baseball season. I have football questions in here. I have baseball, and I have other stuff. Whatever random stuff comes into my head, I wrote it down. Spent a couple hours doing this. I got 6 pages And I've been through one already. All right. Which baseball player had the nickname Mr. October? Do you know, Ethan? Was it Johnny Bench, Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt, or Mickey Mantle? And if you just came in, I'm drinking Troegs Oktoberfest from Hershey, Pennsylvania, 6.1% ABV. Before that, I had a Sam Adams Oktoberfest. And I must say that I like the Troegs better. Smoother, richer, nicer flavor. A little more alcohol. These Troegs, I could drink them a lot. I mean, they're really good. The answer to the trivia question is Reggie Jackson, of course. That was an easy one for me. I knew that answer. How many career home runs did Reggie Jackson hit? Oh, no Google. That's not allowed. I'm going to give the answer anyway. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to give the answer so you don't have to Google it. Reggie Jackson hit 563 career home runs. And I have some fun facts about Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson hit 3 consecutive home runs in Game 6, the clinching game of the 1977 World Series. 3 consecutive home runs in that game. He hit all 3 of those home runs on the first pitch offered to him. And each of those pitches was given by a different pitcher. So he faced 3 different pitchers and hit a home run on the first pitch 3 times in a row. The first pitcher was Bert Hooton. The second pitcher was Elias Sosa, Elias, Elias Sosa. And the third pitcher was Charlie Howell. And he propelled the New York Yankees to win their 21st World Series championship over the Los Angeles Dodgers. The final score in that game was 8-4. It was played on October 18th, 1977. I kind of remember that. I remember Reggie Jackson playing. I was 10 years old in 1977. A Troeg Oktoberfest is really going down easy. Let's see. Name one or more Hall of Famers who played for or coached the 1977 Yankees other than Reggie Jackson. The other Hall of Famers on that team were Catfish Hunter, a pitcher, and 2 of the coaches were Yogi Berra and Bobby Cox. They're all in the Hall of Fame. Let's see. We're done with another page. Let's do another Trivial Pursuit. Here we go. What admiral stands over London's Trafalgar Square? Oh, these stupid genius questions. Horatio Nelson. I never would have got that. Who was known as the greatest showman on earth? I feel like I should know that one. It's not the guy from the Dos Equis commercial. That's the most interesting man in the world. The answer is P.T. Barnum. I should have known that. I should have known that. P.T. Barnum is the greatest showman on earth. Who is known as the hero of Trafalgar? Another Trafalgar question. That is Horatio Nelson. Why is the same guy the same guy is the answer to 2 different questions on the same card? Who painted more than 300 covers for the Saturday Evening Post? This guy did a lot of famous paintings, Americana stuff. Norman Rockwell. Boy, that beer is good. What Greek physician is known as the father of medicine? The doctors have to take an oath, and it's called the Hippocratic Oath. And the answer to this question is Hippocrates, whatever. I'll put it up there. Hippocrates. And I think I showed the answer to the next question. What are the court cards in a deck? Kings, queens, and jacks. Okay. I'm almost done with my second beer here already. I got another belch coming. Excuse me. Definitely better out than in. Here's a little geography quiz. How many states border Iowa? Can anyone make a guess? How many states border Iowa? Anyone? No looking at Google Maps. Hippocrates, whatever. You're close. It's 6. Can anyone name 3 of those states? Name 3 states that border Iowa. I got to buy more of this Trogs Oktoberfest. It's really good. Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri. Nebraska, Kansas is wrong, but Missouri is right. You got 2 out of 3 there. The 6 states that border Iowa are Illinois, Missouri, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. You got 2 out of 3. That's pretty good. Yes. Meatloaf would be proud. Yes, he would. Which of these states does not border Kentucky? I'm going to list some states. Tell me which one does not border Kentucky. Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Illinois, or Alabama? Another big one coming. Excuse me. Again. These beers are going down too fast. Incorrect. It's not Indiana. The correct answer is Alabama, because you got Kentucky, then you got Tennessee under it, and Alabama's under that. Alabama does not border on Kentucky. Here's a beer question. What is the oldest brewery in the United States? This one, somebody should know this one. I'm ready to open my third beer. I thought these would last the whole show, but I might have to go upstairs and get more. I have a Yuengling Oktoberfest. So far, the Trogs is the best. Yes, absolutely. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America. America's oldest brewery. I kind of gave it away when I showed that, but that's the way it goes. Absolutely, Matt, you got it right. Now here's a second part of that question. What is the oldest brewery in North America? Butler. That's where President Trump got shot in the ear, right? Yes. Here goes Yuengling. Similar color. I think it's maybe a little bit different. Not quite as red. All right. The oldest brewery in North America. Does anyone want to take a guess at that? It's not in the United States, obviously. Made out with one of the first girls of my life on the grandstand at the fairgrounds when it was closed. I'm assuming you did that years before this incident or since then. Farm show grounds. Yeah. Yes, long before. Okay. You have any guess on what the oldest brewery in North America is? Yuengling is nice too. Sam Adams is third. Trogs probably is first. And Yuengling is probably second. No, it is Molson. Molson was founded in 1786. Yuengling was founded in 1829. All right, we're going to continue with beer-related question here. Which style of beer did George Washington brew? Does anybody have any ideas on what style of beer George Washington brewed? The Yuengling is good, but the Trogs is better, and Sam Adams comes in number 3. Trogs is the winner of the 3 Oktoberfest beers that I have. It's an unofficial taste challenge. All right, George Washington primarily brewed a style of beer called small beer, which is considered to be a type of English-style porter, a dark beer with a lower alcohol content, as he kept a recipe for it in his personal notebook. It would be very cool to go back in time and have a beer with George Washington. I would love to do that if it was any way possible. All right. We're back to baseball on the next one here. Interesting fact. It's not a question. This is some of the most amazing stats that I've ever come across. In 1884, Old Hoss Radburn, that's his nickname, Old Hoss Radburn, pitched for the Providence Grays, the Providence, Rhode Island baseball team. He pitched 678 and 2/3 innings, had a record of 59 and 12, had 441 strikeouts and only 98 walks, and he had 11 shutouts and a 1.38 ERA. The Grays finished in second place with a record of 84 and 28, behind the St. Louis Maroons, who were 94 and 19. And the Grays finished ahead of the third place New York Metropolitans. They were 75 and 32. And in 1884, Kansas City had a team called the Cowboys. This is baseball, the Kansas City Cowboys. And they had a record of 16 and 63. And the Washington Nationals existed all the way back then, and they went 12 and 51. Pathetic. All right, I'm going to turn the page, and then I'm going to do a Trivial Pursuit card. Yuengling Oktoberfest. It's very nice. I think it has a little bit more bitterness than the other two, and I love bitterness, but I just think this Trogs one had the best flavor overall. All right. Which is the only one of the Great Lakes without an international border running through it? Any guesses? It's the only Great Lake that's named after a state, I think. Yeah, it is. Lake Michigan. What industry was Benjamin Braddock advised to enter at his graduation party? Who the heck is Benjamin Braddock? Plastics. Like I said, these are the genius cards. What cathedral was Thomas Becket murdered in? Canterbury Cathedral. What detective retired to become a beekeeper? Sherlock Holmes retired to become a beekeeper? I never would have guessed that. What does a meteorologist study? That's easy. The weather. What sport do you rack your balls in? That just sounds funny. It's pool. Billiards. I'm sorry. Billiards. To me, it's pool. All right, we're on to trivia about the Jetsons and the Flintstones TV shows. What year did the Jetsons premiere? Was it 1958, 1962, 1967, or 1970? The Jetsons premiered September 23, 1962. What year did the Flintstones premiere? Was it 1953, 1959, 1960, or 1965? It was September 30th, 1960. Who was George Jetson's boss? Does anyone know who George Jetson's boss was? George Jetson's boss, hello. It was Cosmo G. Spacely. Cosmo G. Spacely was the owner of Spacely Sprockets. Who was Cosmo G. Spacely's rival? Are there any Jetsons fans on here? There's two people watching. What are the chances that one of you is a Jetsons fan? Mr. Spacely's rival was Mr. Cogswell, who owned Cogswell Cogs. Who was Fred Flintstone's boss? Now, somebody got to know this one. That's easy. I mean, I thought it was easy. Fred Flintstone's boss was Mr. Slate, who worked at Bedrock Quarry and Gravel Company. But interesting fact was that company, Bedrock Quarry and Gravel Company, was later known as Slate Rock and Gravel Company. Mr. Slate was also known as J.J. Granite or Mr. Rockhead in earlier episodes. I love Oktoberfest beers. I love them. In the episode, the Flintstones' new boss, Fred's neighbor, introduces him to his boss, and they discover that Barney and Mr. Slate are related. Did anyone know that Barney and Mr. Slate were related? Related? I didn't. Not before I looked all this stuff up. Bam Bam is the adopted son of Betty and Barney Rubble, after they found him left on their doorstep. The Rubbles never had biological children. The story depicted Betty as despondent over their inability to conceive, which was a surprisingly serious topic for any cartoon. Yes, indeed. Mel Crawford's original concept for the Flintstones was published as a little golden book before the cartoon series aired. The book included Fred Flintstone Jr. and Harvey the Dinosaur. Dino first appeared in the opening credits of the pilot episode of The Flintstones, but wasn't named until the 4th episode of the first season, which was called No Help Wanted. And if anybody wants to know what kind of dinosaur Dino was, he was a male Snorkosaurus. Snorkosaurus. Okay. Beer time. I may have to run upstairs and grab another brew. But here's a very interesting question. In Abbott and Costello's Who's on First comedy routine, which is a classic. I love watching that. It's on YouTube. Go watch it if you've never seen it. It's hysterical. Tell me the name of the third baseman. Who's on first? What's the name of the third? Not what's the name. Tell me the name of the third baseman. You think about that for a minute. Whoever's still there watching, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to run upstairs and grab another beer after I finish this. When I come back, I want you to tell me the name of the third baseman on the Who's on First comedy routine by Abbott and Costello. This beer's good. I'll bring down two more after that. I'm going to definitely be done. I'll be right back. No, I'm still working on it. I'm doing it live. Okay. I brought down another Trogs because that one was the best of the three. Between Sam Adams, Trogs, and Yuengling. Trogs is number one, Yuengling number two, Sam Adams number three. And I also brought down a Southern Tier Harvest Autumn IPA. And I'll put that in my cooler here with the ice bottle. I'm going to drink the other Trogs Oktoberfest. All right. We were on Abbott and Costello, Who's on First. The name of the third baseman is, I don't know. I don't know who's on third. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know what's on third. Okay. And as I said before, if you've never seen Who's on First with Abbott and Costello, it's definitely worth a watch. It's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes long. It's a classic. Okay, now on this date, which is September 14th, in 1981, the People's Court debuted with Judge Joseph Wapner presiding. Thank you, whoever's there still watching. Appreciate that. On this date in 1901, September 14, 1901, 42-year-old Theodore Roosevelt is sworn in making him the youngest U.S. president. Roosevelt became president after the assassination of President McKinley. Theodore Roosevelt was the first president to ride in an automobile in 1902. He was the first president to submerge in a submarine in 1905. And he was the first president to fly on an airplane in 1910. This day in sports, September 14, 1913, Cubs' Larry Cheney hurls a record 14-hit shutout versus the Giants. He won 7-0. He gave up 14 hits and gave up 0 runs. That is amazing. Who was the first boxer to defeat Muhammad Ali? Anyone got an answer? I realize there's nobody watching right now, but when people watch this afterwards, they might want a little time to think about it. Who was the first boxer to defeat Muhammad Ali? It was Smokin' Joe Frazier. And when that happened, it was the first time that 2 undefeated fighters, I'm coming to the end of this here. 2 undefeated fighters fought each other for the heavyweight title. At the time, Joe Frazier was 26-0 with 23 knockouts. Muhammad Ali was 31-0 with 25 knockouts. Right now, I'm drinking Troegs Oktoberfest Lager, 6.1% ABV, brewed in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Delicious. Okay, so Joe Frazier was 26-0, 23 KOs. Muhammad Ali was 31-0, 25 KOs. The fight was Monday, March 8th, 1971 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Frazier won in 15 rounds via unanimous. The beer is hitting me. Unanimous decision. Each fighter was granted a $2.5 million purse, the largest single payday for any entertainer or athlete up to that fight. Okay, we're going to move on to music a little bit. What are the top 10 selling albums of all time? I looked it up on a website and I wrote it down, and I come to realize that it's not complete, it's not accurate. I'm going to go through that list and then I'm going to tell you why. This top 10, I'm going to start at number 10. Life After Death from the Notorious B.I.G. sold about 10 million copies. Number 9, Abbey Road, The Beatles, 14 million. Unplugged, number 8 is Unplugged from Eric Clapton, 26 million. Number 7 is Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, exact number unknown. Number 6 was Come Away With Me from Norah Jones, 27 million copies sold. Number 5, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, 30 million sold. Number 4 was Adele, 21, that's the name of the album, 31 million. Number 3, Eagles, Their Greatest Hits, 41 million. Number 2 was The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston, 45 million. And number 1 was Thriller, Michael Jackson, 66 million. After looking at that list and writing it down, I'm like, I always heard that Dark Side of the Moon sold a lot over the years. It's like the greatest selling, longest time on the number 1 charts and that kind of thing. Dark Side of the Moon sold 45 million albums, but it didn't make the list. That would have tied it for number 2, The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston. The Wall, Pink Floyd, The Wall, sold somewhere between 24 and 33 million, according to different places that I looked it up. And Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band sold 32 million. They all would have made the list. So whoever made that other list, I don't know why they left those out, and there's probably many others that got left out. I'm almost to the end of what I wrote down, which was 6 pages. So I'm going to take a break here and go to a Trivial Pursuit card. What river is known as China's sorrow because of its flooding? The Yellow River. Who portrayed Private Detective Philip Marlowe in Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye? I never would get that. Elliot Gould. What country did aliens invade in World War II's Operation Avalanche? Aliens. I read the question wrong. What country did the Allies invade in World War II's Operation Avalanche? And the answer is Italy. What was Superman's name on Krypton that was Kal-El? Yep, I knew that one. I just watched Man of Steel like a week ago. What's the more familiar name of the Himalayas? Yeti. What's the more familiar name of the Himalayas? Yeti. I would say Bigfoot. No, the Abominable Snowman. What stone is used in the manufacture of billiard tables? Slate? Yes. Slate. All right, let's pull another one out. We're drinking a Troegs Oktoberfest. What country would you be in if you wiled away time playing Didgeridoo in Wagga Wagga? That sounds like Australia to me. I got it. Australia. What statue did Dobie Gillis mimic while contemplating life and love? What statue did Dobie Gillis mimic while contemplating life and love? I have no idea. The Thinker? Who made Chinese film actress Chang Qin his 4th wife? Mao Zedong. What was Pinocchio's father's name? Geppetto? Geppetto. Geppetto? I didn't know that. What's the second full moon in a month called? I'm going to guess blue moon. Yes. What board game is banned in the Soviet Union? Monopoly. Yes. All right. Nobody watching. I'm just going to read off the last little bit that I wrote down here. It's about another amazing baseball pitcher named Steve Carlton. Been a Phillies fan most of my life. Well, since I was old enough to watch baseball. Steve Carlton in 1972. He went 27-10 with a 1.97 ERA. He pitched 346 innings, only had 87 walks in 346 innings. He had 310 strikeouts, pitched 8 shutouts, and 30 complete games. And then Phillies' record in 1972 was 59-97. And he went 27-10. He won almost half of their games. One of the most amazing pitching stats ever. For a pitcher to go 27-10 on a team that went 59-97. That's rather amazing. Lefty Steve Carlton. Somebody's watching again. Who's watching? Leave a comment. Let me know who you are. I'm drinking Troegs Oktoberfest Lager, brewed in Hershey, Pennsylvania, 6.1% ABV. I had this one. I had a Troegs and I had Yingling. And of the three, Troegs is the best. Yingling is second best. And Sam Adams is number 3. I went through 6 pages of trivia and interesting facts. And the other thing I have is a deck of Trivial Pursuit cards. I've been reading a few of those. I'm going to read one more card here. Where did gangster Bugsy Siegel build the Flamingo Hotel in 1946? Las Vegas. Who won the Oscars for her roles in Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire? I should know that, but I don't. Vivian Lee. What Cuban leader did Fidel Castro overthrow in 1959? I should know that too, but I don't. It's Fulgencio Batista. What category of writing are Hugo and Nebula awards given for? Science fiction. I should have guessed from Nebula. That's out in space. Who is known as the father of geometry? Euclid. What does notophile collect? Notophile collect? Banknotes. Notophile. All right, well, I'm pretty well almost done here. I've had Troegs Oktoberfest, Sam Adams Oktoberfest, Yingling Oktoberfest. And of the 3, Troegs is definitely the best. What the hell? How long have we been going? 52 minutes? We might as well make it an hour. We'll do a couple more of these Trivial Pursuit cards. What college enlivens Hanover, New Hampshire? Dartmouth. Who appeared in more than 30 Alfred Hitchcock films? Alfred Hitchcock, of course. What warship was nicknamed Old Ironsides? That was the USS Constitution. I know that answer, and I am correct. What's the literary term for a play on words? A pun. Which is larger, the U.S. or the British fluid ounce? I have no idea. The U.S. Who's the only German to have held the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship? I couldn't know. Max Schmeling. Here we go. Who's watching? Make a comment. Let me know who you are. That Troegs Oktoberfest is delicious. Has a nice aftertaste too. A little bit of bitterness, just right. Perfect. What prison is found in Ossining, New York? Ossining. Sing Sing. Who played President Merkin Murphy in Dr. Strangelove? That was Peter Sellers, I believe. Yes, it was. Peter Sellers. What was the name of the Protestant revolt against the supremacy of the Pope. I don't know. The Reformation. What was little Miss Muffet eating when she sat on her tuffet? Her curds and whey? Yes, I got it right. What science deals with the motion of projectiles? I don't know. Ballistics. I should have got that. How many points is a bullseye? How many points is a bullseye worth in darts? I think it's worth 50. Yes, 50. All right. Got two people watching. Who are you? Make a comment, please. If you can get this in your area, it's very delicious. Very, very delicious. I have one beer left in my cooler, and it is Southern Tier Harvest Autumn IPA. Southern Tier is proudly brewed in Lakewood, New York. It's a pretty can. Look at, we got the tractor and the harvest, 6.7%. Very pretty can. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to open her up. All right. We're almost up to an hour. What two South American countries don't border Brazil? Argentina and Chile. That's my guess. Chile and Ecuador. I didn't know Argentina bordered Brazil. Chile and Ecuador. Who directed The Graduate? Mike Nichols. What food did Marco Polo introduce into Italy from the court of Kublai Khan? I have no idea. Pasta. I love pasta. I'd like to proclaim Trogs Oktoberfest as the winner of the Oktoberfest challenge that I've done. What Egyptian writing material gave us the word paper? Papyrus. Jerry from Schwenksville. All right, Schwenksville. Is that the town in Pennsylvania where on 9/11 the plane went down into the ground? After so many beers, having trouble thinking. I think so. Who invented the cotton gin? Eli Whitney. That one's easy. Who holds the career record for the most major league home runs? That is Hank Aaron, right? Yes, it is. Hank Aaron. 3 people watching. I'm going to open this, and after I drink that, I'm going to be done. It is a 6.7% ABV, proudly brewed in Lakewood, New York. Here we go. Oh, outside of Pontstown. You're not that far from me. You're close to Yingling. No, that's Pottsville. I get them mixed up all the time. I'm in Bucks County, obviously. Bucks County Beer Reviews. I'm in Buckingham, which is in central Bucks, near Doylestown. Very nice, very hoppy. Kind of almost like a rye IPA. Very much like a rye IPA. Very delicious. Where's the Bernini Bristol Hotel? Rome. Who directed The Wild Bunch? Sam Peckinpah. Who headed the Gestapo? I think I should know that. That was Joseph Goebbels, was it not? No, Heinrich Himmler. Who created Billy Pilgrim, a survivor of the Dresden firestorm? Kurt Vonnegut Jr. What kind of beam derives its name from light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation? I want to say laser. A laser beam. I got it right. What do you want a racehorse to do if you bet across the board? Win, place, or show? Thank you very much, Jerry. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very, very much. I'm getting close to being done here. I'm an hour and a minute. I got this much beer left. When that's gone, I'm going to definitely be done. What nationality is a Breton? That's from Britain, right? London? England? No, it's French. Where is it bad luck to say Macbeth? I have no clue. In a theater. It's bad luck to say Macbeth in a theater. What organization was founded by the Reverend Jerry Falwell? The Moral Majority. Okay. Who was a pupil of Dickens Fagin? Who was the pupil? I don't even understand some of these questions. Who was the pupil of Dickens Fagin? Oliver Twist. What non-working stingless bee mates with the queen? The drone. Yeah, I got it. What drink contains as many types of rum as possible? Long Island iced tea? No, a zombie. Excuse me. Okay, another card. I went through 6 pages of stuff that I wrote down. Facts, trivia questions, fun facts. And now I'm down to looking at Trivial Pursuit cards as I finish my last beer. What country lies beneath the High Aswan Dam? I'm going to say Egypt. I got it right. What game do Steve McQueen and Edward G. Robinson play in The Cincinnati Kid? I want to say poker. Stud poker. Ha Who commanded the German forces in North Africa during World War II? Edwin Rommel. Damn, I'm on a freaking roll. What's the alternate title of the masterpiece painting in La Gioconda? My luck ran out. The Mona Lisa. What's the alternate title of the masterpiece painting? Mona Lisa is the alternate title? I didn't know that. How many sides does a decagon have? A deca should have 10 sides, right? 10. I'm on a roll. What combat sport did Dr. Jigoro Kano devise in Japan in 1882? Contact sport. I don't know. Sumo wrestling? No, judo. All right. All right, we got time for another card here till I finish this brew. This is Southern Tier Harvest Autumn IPA. To me, it tastes like a rye IPA. It's got a nice little bitterness that lingers. And it's a little bit dry. It's got a very pretty can. 6.7% ABV. I like it a lot. I'd probably give that like a 4.5 out of 5. I love that dry bitterness. It just kind of, I can taste it for minutes and after I've swallowed it. Who's considered the patron saint of travelers? Saint Christopher. Who was born Marion Morrison? I have no idea. John Wayne. I should have known that. His first name was Marion, and I did know that. What was the nickname of convict Robert F. Stroud? What was the nickname of convict Robert F. Stroud? The Birdman of Alcatraz. Who was the first novelist to present a typed manuscript to his publisher? The first novelist to present a typed manuscript. Mark Twain. He was the first guy to use a typewriter. I'm starting to get the hiccups. That's a bad sign. What does ECG stand for? Electrocardiogram. What age does Philly become a mare at? This is horses. What age does Philly become a mare at? I'm going to say 1. 5. I don't know my horses that well. All right. Hello, Roddy Dogs. Is that Sandy? Is that Sandy? Of course it's Sandy. She's got the Roddies. I'm drinking Southern Tier Brewing out of Lakewood, New Jersey. Lakewood, New York. Harvest Autumn IPA. 6.7. Sandy, woo! My cousin. Tom is on too. Yeah! I've rebuilt my beer can collection. I've got hundreds and hundreds of cans. And Tom will appreciate this. Hook smash! And this guy, have you ever seen the movie Sin City? This is Harv from Sin City. Look at that guy. I'm about half lit right now, so don't take anything I say seriously. This is the last beer I'm having, and I'm done. See my shirt? Bucks County Beer Reviews. All right. See Iron Man up there on the wall? All right. We're doing I did a whole bunch of trivia and fun facts, drinking beer. I drank Trogs Oktoberfest. That was really good. I drank Yingling Oktoberfest. That was good. I drank Sam Adams Oktoberfest. That was okay. And we're doing a little bit more on the way of. That's an alien. Yes, it is. These are the aliens that come down to Earth to look for hops. And there he is, right? Everything's backwards. You can see it. These are hops. All right. Ha 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 ha. What three South American countries does the equator cross? Do you know that answer? The answer is Brazil, Colombia, and Ecuador. What was the Oscar-winning theme song of Breakfast at Tiffany's? Moon River. Who was nicknamed the Cowboy President? It was Theodore Roosevelt. I only know because I saw the answer. Excuse me. Whose biography by Derek Jewell is titled Duke? Duke Ellington's. How many stars are there in the Big Dipper? 7. I didn't know that. What's the nickname of odds maker Jimmy Snyder? Jimmy the Greek. Remember Jimmy the Greek? He got in trouble. He made some comment. I don't think he meant to do it. It was called racist or something. And they ruined his career, and he's probably dead now. Tom knew 7? All right, Tom. Let's do another card. When I finish this beer, I'm going to be done. I've been on here for an hour and 12 minutes. What state contains the geographic center of the United States? What state contains the geographic? I want to say Kansas. No. South Dakota? That seems weird to me. Who's Mia Farrow's mother? Maureen O'Sullivan. Who was the first U.S. president to travel in a car, plane, and submarine? I covered that earlier in my notes here that I wrote down. It was Theodore Roosevelt. Yes. Who is M's secretary? Miss Moneypenny. That's from James Bond. What fruit does What fruit does Staxper Golden Delicious produce? I want to say raisins. Apples. What team has played the most World Series games? It's got to be the Yankees. Yes, the New York Yankees. All right, I think that's going to be it. I've had enough beer. I've been on here for an hour and 14 minutes. I appreciate the people that have watched. And this will be up for anyone that wants to watch it in the future. Rowdy Dogs, you can go back and watch it from the beginning if you want to. Thank you. The trivia was better, the stuff I wrote down, than playing with the Trivial Pursuit cards. Most of those answers I don't know. But the stuff I wrote down and the stuff I did earlier in the video was a little bit better. All right. Oh, thank you very much. I need subscribers. I need many, many subscribers. And I appreciate everyone that is subscribed. Going to finish my last beer. And that's what it was. Very, very good beer. I love it. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. He just types slow. Oh, well. That's all right. No burping. I burp in all my videos, but I always say excuse me. At least almost always. I've got like 580 videos. I'm just guessing. I think it's somewhere near that number. I've been doing it for a year and a half, and I try to put a video out almost every day. Jerry Matos, bye. Have a good night. Bye, Jerry, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. We will see you tomorrow around 2, I guess. You're going to see me next Friday, right? That's when I'm going to go to the movies with you guys. Do a rock a roll trivia. Okay. I've been doing these live videos every Saturday night, so next week we'll make it all about rock and roll just for you. All right. All right, you got it. Catch you next time. 1 hour and 16 minutes. I'm out of here. I'll be sleeping until 2 tomorrow. No, I won't. I'll be up by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Guarantee it. I got to go visit Dad tomorrow. He's not doing very well. He's really, the Parkinson's is taking him down. He can hardly move. He's having a lot of problems. So, excuse me. I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.